You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Once Upon a Time After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Once Upon a Time After Show.
You're already ruining the show, Ethan.
Yeah, oh my God, seriously.
You're bombing our show.
You're such a noob.
What's that number again?
No, I'm sorry.
Hello, Once Upon a Time fans. Big is for doing, and we are doing another after show. As you can see, we have some very special guests in the studio with us tonight. I'm your host, Cathy Kelley, and joining me is...
Hi everyone, Tiona Hobson here.
Hello everyone, I'm Marisa Serafini. And I'm Kaori Takee.
And then our special guests, of course, you know them from Once Upon a Time, Ethan Embry and Benjamin Stockham.
Hello,
Crazy
everybody.
that you're here.
Sup?
I feel like we had a time machine to get you both in the same room. This is nuts.
We look a lot alike, too.
Yeah.
We're all
Dude,
right.
They did good casting.
Yeah.
It's
They
not
did
bad. I'm a
great
little
casting.
jealous about your hairline, but that'll go.
So, you guys obviously play the adult version and the kid version of Gregory and Owen.
Wait, are you Greg and I'm Owen?
I think
Greg?
that Greg is like your fake name.
You are
You're
both.
Owen.
We're both Owen.
So we're Greg
That's-
Owen?
No, we're just Owen. Greg is.
Where are we going?
Greg's
Sign me up.
So, this episode tonight, Second Star to the Right, very Greg Owen centric.
Yeah, it was kind of electrifying.
Boom. Got it.
puns already. We just started, man.
You were tweeting jokes the entire episode.
Yeah. Well, how do you buzz in on this? You know, what's that number again?
It's 424-256-1729.
1729. All right, I'm just going to put that on standby for a second. Just in
Lovely.
case.
Call
Yes.
himself.
So, overall thoughts of tonight's episode. This is the first of the two-parter finale for season 2. Got really intense.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it did. It was kind
Yeah.
of spooky. The
Yeah.
shadow looked rad.
It was pretty electrifying. Wait, you already used that. Well, I somehow made it juvenile. Let's go for that. Okay. So, yes.
The
it
shadow
was-
got you, huh? The shadow spooked you out a little
No,
bit?
that wasn't me. That was Baelfire.
No, not got you, but it spooked you out. It
As a
got
fan
you.
watching
Totally. That shadow
It's spooky,
was
right?
so freaking
was creepy.
horrifying.
Yeah, the effects were really good on this episode, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's like white glowing eyes, and you can kind of tell when it like closes it just like a bit, like it's looking at you like kind of angrily or
A little
something.
spooky.
Yeah, when he was like looking in
A
the
lot of
water for
spooky.
Baelfire, he was all.
You know, the other thing that got me really good was that moment when when Tamara hits Emma over the back of the head. That got me. I'd read the script. I knew it was going to happen. I was there watching them shoot it, and I still got a little scared.
Yeah.
It got me.
And after he's like, it wasn't Tamara, and she hits him in the back head, I'm like, yes! Wait, that's
Yeah.
bad.
So, a fun fact about you, Ethan, is that you actually don't own a television or watch the show.
I mean, I have a TV. I have a
You do have a
screen.
TV.
I got, I've got it's
Okay.
a rather nice, like thing on the wall, but
Then
it just
what do you use
just
it for?
Movies, just movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Yeah, just movies.
You watch yourself in that thing you do all the time?
I can't watch myself. That's the first time I've watched myself in a really long time.
Really?
Yeah.
It's actually the first episode that I've sat through that I'm in on Once Upon a Time. I watched the first season, but I can't watch myself.
Why is that?
It's just
Can you watch Benjamin?
yeah.
It's just like one of those things.
I watched your episode.
Yeah.
I did watch your episode.
The one.
Yeah.
That one.
The camping one.
Yeah, that one. That
Yeah.
one. That one.
Which is funny. You're right.
Welcome to Storybrooke.
I didn't feel odd watching him
Yeah.
play me, but when I play me, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's just kind of one of those things where you
What
watch
about when
yourself.
I play you? Is that uncomfortable? Watching me
No.
play you?
It's just one of those things where you feel like you could have done better.
Do you ever feel like I could have done better portraying you as an adult?
No, you did a fantastic job,
You sure?
honestly.
You can tell me. I got a thick skin. I've been around for a long time. I can take criticism.
Well, I got a thick skull.
This just keeps getting better and better. Yes, I could listen to this all night. We do have to talk about the show at some point.
Okay, yeah. What do we got? What do we got?
Okay.
So, diving right into tonight's episode, Peter Pan. We see a lot of him.
Well, actually, just your
You
shadow.
haven't
Yeah,
seen
just
Peter
the
Pan yet.
shadow.
I meant the story.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you remember from Peter Pan, the shadow, when I read this episode and they talked about the shadow and Peter Pan a lot, what I remember from Peter Pan when I was a kid watching it was the shadow and Peter were always fighting each
yeah.
other. They never got along. Every time Peter Pan would turn his back, you'd see the shadow on the wall try to like axe him. You know, and then he'd hide, sorry, hey, what's up? He was always
Yeah.
trying to get away from Peter.
So do you think that might not be Peter Pan? That's just the shadow.
Not, the shadow and Peter Pan are not the same entity in what I remember. We haven't met Peter yet,
Yeah.
but from what I remember when I was a kid was the shadow and Peter are
They didn't
two
get along.
separate things. He had to put soap on the bottom of his shoes
Yeah, they
to
tried
get
to
him to
sew
stick,
it on.
sew it on.
Yeah. So the story and how Peter Pan's story gets involved is Bae, obviously sent to another world. We all thought that he was sent straight to Neverland, but he was sent to London, England.
And then to the water.
And then to
And then
Neverland.
water. Yes.
He
Well, he
meets
never got to
Wendy.
Neverland.
No, he was in Neverland.
Yeah, that was
As soon as
Neverland.
he drops down, he's in Neverland.
Yeah.
And the reason why he could have been in Neverland for hundreds of years.
Yep.
I mean,
Because you
what-
don't age there.
You don't age in Neverland.
And we know that Rumpel's story is hundreds of years older than Regina's, than the rest of the gang. So
And it's not only that you don't age in Neverland, but time in our world completely stops, if I'm not mistaken, because Wendy would leave and come back before anybody ever noticed she was even gone, but she'd be gone for months at a time.
Yeah.
She went to Neverland and she'd be there for months.
Yeah.
She'd get to know everybody and know the island. And then she'd come back that same night and no one would ever know. So
that's a great anti-aging
Yeah.
secret.
That's an interesting theory, though, because we know that the story of
sorry, delayed reaction. There's like a little, I got a delay in. Can you speed up my buffer speed in my headphones, please? Thank you.
But like I was saying, the story of Peter Pan was actually written in the early 1900s, like 1904 or something like that. And then I was watching the actual Disney version
Right.
of Peter Pan today.
Uh-huh.
But when Wendy and the boys leave to Neverland, they're gone for, in the real world, they're gone for almost 3 hours. But in the movie, they're gone for maybe a day.
Yeah.
So time is different, especially with the story of Bae and whatnot. And we don't really know how old he is, but the story of Peter Pan is actually about 100 years old.
It's
But,
kind
and
of
it
creepy.
takes place in the late 1800s. Is that what it was?
I think it was early 1900s or
Well, the story,
Late
is,
1800s? I
yeah,
don't
the
know.
story is actually written in like 1904.
Around
But
then.
it takes
play.
place in like
yeah.
late 1800s London,
Yeah.
I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's kind of creepy when you think about that Neil is hundreds of years older than Emma.
Yeah, that's kind of creepy. I mean, this same could, yeah.
Yeah, but look at Nick Cage and all the movies he's in. He's like 100 years older than any leading actress he's with.
That is true.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I mean-
it's just a Hollywood formula these days.
Yeah. So
Adam Sandler hooks himself up. He does it all the time. He's got 22-years-olds that
No,
he's...
after a certain time, it's just
Yeah.
age ain't nothing
It's
but a number for real.
2013,
So.
Yeah.
you know?
Hugh Hefner does it all the time.
Yeah.
In real life, not even in.
Right.
So I guess it's acceptable.
It's a couple hundred years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Age is but a number.
Yeah. Once you're past 35, everything equals out anyway.
Yeah. True. So this whole Bae storyline, he is homeless, doesn't have any parents anymore because Rumpel let him go to London, and steals bread from Wendy's family. She
Carb
takes
attack.
him in. What?
Carb attack. It's my favorite thing.
Carb attack?
Just a
Carb
carb attack.
overload?
He's like, yeah, carb attack.
He's not on Atkins.
Apparently not. He didn't steal the salami, did he?
He's been fending for himself on the streets, though, so he is kind of hungry.
Yeah. And I mean, half an apple or a chewed apple is not very appetizing. But Bae ends up staying in their house for weeks, and the parents are oblivious, which I thought was hilarious.
Yep.
And their reaction when they find out is to take him in.
Well, actually, only the father's like, what?
Yeah.
Wait,
It's
what?
because the wife is always right. You should remember that for the future,
Yeah.
okay?
Women
But
are
I'll take it into consideration.
Okay. Okay.
It's not always true.
It is. No, it is. Trust me. It's always true.
Yeah, in the story, the mother of Wendy and the boys is very nurturing, so that makes sense to that character, why she would, welcome Bae.
Yeah.
I was kind of shocked at how quick she was. I mean, she didn't even grill him or ask him, who are you, or her name. She said, all right, just chill out.
Yeah.
I was, all right. I wouldn't have let that happen so quick.
Like, that's why our food bill doubled. We have a prepubescent boy here. He's eating so much food.
They do eat a lot of food, don't they? Do you
Yes.
eat that
He's
much?
a teenager.
He's a growing boy.
I mean, if he hasn't eaten in a while,
My boy is like a vacuum. I got a 13-year-old boy. He's a vacuum. Yeah.
I loved seeing Nana.
Yes.
So cute. Yeah. And so Bae warns Wendy that the shadow is evil and no good can come from magic. Wendy doesn't trust him. The shadow comes. She leaves with him. And when she comes back, she says that the shadow is evil. All the boys in Neverland cry themselves to sleep every single night, and he will not let them go. He has
And they've been
kidnapped these
stolen.
people.
They've been stolen from their parents.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
So
why
it's
they're
an island
orphans.
full of orphans. And now I'm beginning to see that there's a lot of orphans on Once Upon a Time.
There.
We're orphans, we found out tonight. Bae has a dad, but at this point in the story, he's been orphaned.
Yeah.
And then,
Emma.
Disney's very morbid.
yeah.
Have you noticed that? Like even the classical cartoon Disney characters, they all either are orphaned or only have one parent.
Well, if you look at a lot of these stories too were told in the Grimm, and,
Yeah.
And they're very
really dark,
scary, yeah.
pretty dark stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty dark stuff.
But the thing is, Disney didn't write Peter Pan, J.M. Barrie did, and Disney just adapted this story.
That's
Yeah.
what Disney did for most of their stories. So.
And Henry, he's halfway to being an orphan now too.
Yeah, he's halfway.
So
there.
is
He was almost
is
orphaned
Neil
on the
really
show
dead?
tonight.
I don't think
He's
I don't
not
think he
dead,
is
but
dead.
He ain't there.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you're an
That's
orphan.
a gut shot. He's a gut shot.
I don't think
But they
he's
said
dead.
something about how he was dead if he left.
Well, she was just saying because
It's a gut
he didn't
shot.
know where he would end up.
That he
So
wouldn't
if
be
he
able to
goes with a
survive.
gunshot, how's he going to survive? Who's
Yeah.
going to take care of him? He needs to
gotcha.
see a doctor
Yeah.
type of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Gut shot.
Bae ends up sacrificing himself so the shadow doesn't take one of Wendy's brothers.
Right.
Which was very noble of him.
I kind of
He's a
felt
pretty
like
noble
like
dude.
Yeah.
I kind of felt like the
Neil's
shadow
pretty
was
noble.
meant to take him anyway. He kind of wanted him more than any of the other two boys.
No, he wanted the little one.
Well, no, the little one was just hanging out, and then he's like, "Okay, I'll take you."
I was like, what are you doing? Move!
Why are you standing there?
I wanted to yell at him.
He was
So
mesmerized.
Little
you know.
Michael.
I liked how it kind of showed, that Bae's always been the same character because when he was a child, he sacrifices himself to save the Darling family to make sure
Right.
they stay together. And then at the end of the episode, we see him kind of make the same sacrifice so that Henry doesn't end up alone.
Right.
He's still he's still like
so
the
sad.
same. He's still the same
you
boy.
can't come with me. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a pretty noble dude.
He is.
I like Michael Raymond James too. That's a good man.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good man.
So Bae ends up going to Neverland,
Yep.
and he gets dropped in the water by the shadow. I don't think intentionally, because the shadow ends up looking
No, he
for.
pulled out the match.
Yeah, he pulled out
the match.
And
The
what do
match.
shadows really hate? Light.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
not a fan of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And ends up on Hook's ship.
OMG.
Crazy.
At least we know how he knew who Hook was when
Yeah.
we saw him in New
He's a
York
pirate.
earlier, and how he knows how to sail a ship.
Yes.
Arr. It was him.
Is that your best pirate?
It was him.
I want to hear your best pirate right now.
Yar, matey.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've been practicing for like 30 seconds.
He might show up in the next Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Watch out.
Yes.
Oh, that'd be
So, speaking of Lost Boys, unfortunately, Ben, we have to get you out of here.
Oh man,
Yeah.
it's your bedtime.
Bye. What?
We loved having you here, though, tonight. I think
do.
this
Thank you
is
for coming
absolutely
back.
epic that you two are sitting on the same couch. And
We never got to meet until
I
tonight.
know. That's
'Cause
crazy.
when I was working, he wasn't working. When he was working, I wasn't working. Never met each other.
Yeah. So, Benjamin, you want to plug anything about a boy?
Yeah. About a boy. It's this like
What's that about?
It's a pilot that I have. Yeah. Look out for it. That's all I can say.
And then, Benjamin, your Twitter. So people can talk
At
to you
Ben
about
J. Stockham. At Ben J. Stockham. Booyah! Nailed it.
You were awesome.
Thank you, Ben.
Nice to meet you, man.
Have a great
Good
day
day,
at
man.
school.
Take care, brother.
Cool. Always getting me.
Oh, I love that little guy.
That's a good little guy.
Yeah.
Ben's awesome.
He's always the best.
He is wittier than I think
He was
anyone.
on it
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
He was right there with you. He was keeping up
Smart
with you. You
kid.
better watch out.
Yeah, I
He's
know.
gonna start taking all your roles next.
Better save me a couple. I got mountains.
So, back to Once Upon a Time. Before we get into it, I just have to say, if you're watching us on iTunes, or if you're watching us on AfterBuzzTV.com, or if you're watching us on YouTube, then please take 30 seconds, go over to iTunes, type in AfterBuzz TV. You can find all of our Once Upon a Time after shows, and you can rate and comment, and we'll be your best friend forever if you give us 5 stars. We had 2 great comments this past week on iTunes. Team Regina said, "Love you guys. The show wouldn't be complete at this point for me without my weekly shot of AfterBuzz."
Thank
So
you.
sweet. Regina being nice.
Awesome name, by the way.
Yeah.
That is a
Yes.
good name.
Team Regina.
And Ron P. 1979 said, "Love the podcast and the new hosts. They're true fans who provide real, enjoyable dialogue. Keep up the great work, lovely ladies." Smiley face.
Nice.
Yes.
add the
So
smiley.
thank you so much. We love you guys too. So yes, thank you for rating and commenting. And then also, if you can tell a friend, because that's how we grow here at AfterBuzz and are able to give you all of this great free content.
Yes.
So do that. Back to Once Upon a Time. It's gonna get intense, like the whole Hook and
That was a good
everything.
episode. That was
yeah.
really good.
So,
Yeah, he's great, by the way. Colin O'Donoghue.
Kathy loved to hear that one.
Such a great guy.
He seems like a cool dude.
So
really is.
Storybrooke.
Yeah.
In Storybrooke, we
Yes.
start
Yes.
with Neil
Yes.
wakes up to crashing glass and Tamara, I
Right.
guess.
Yeah.
What?
Was she in the bed? Was she there?
She kisses
was.
him,
She's
Yeah.
out of
and
it.
then she's like, "I'm gonna go on my run."
Got it.
Yeah.
All right.
6 a.m. run.
Down the hall with me. That's all I wanted to know. Keep going.
And you have sand in your hall. It's getting
I don't
weird.
know. Why not?
Okay, so Neil wakes up to crashing glass, and he realizes Rumpel is outside with Lacey, and Rumpel is about to smash in someone's head.
Dr. Whale.
Yeah.
Foot.
Kiss the boot.
Oh,
Which is the
man.
exact same line that Rumpel had to, was told when
By
he
Hook.
was just a normal man. Kiss the boot.
He's plagiarizing.
He's just
What an
stealing.
awful dude.
Best form of flattery, though.
Yeah.
But that shows his power too. Rumple, you know, he's the dark one again. He's showing that power.
Yeah.
You think she'll ever get her memory back?
Yeah, she has to.
I feel like she will.
Maybe in like season 7.
It'll be like a little too late, in
What's
my
worse,
opinion.
though, not getting it back or getting it back and realizing what she's been doing? Like, when she gets her memory back, is she going to remember?
I hope
The
she
past
remembers
half of
because
the
then
season, like
she'll
what
have
she's
to
been doing.
apologize to everyone.
I want to know
That's what I'm wondering,
how.
like-
I mean,
She'll
really,
get it back.
really, she hasn't done anything to anyone, but she's been making Rumple do all.
I know.
I don't even.
That's
I don't
pretty
even
bad, too.
Yeah, I don't even feel like she told Rumple, you know, like, oh, get Dr. Will for looking at me. I feel like Rumple was just kind of showing off for her to show how much power he
Yeah,
has.
he's feeding off of this.
Yeah, he's feeding off of it, and he's making these choices. So
Yeah.
But the thing is, you know, good Belle brings the best out of Rumple, and Lacey, the bad Belle, brings out the worst.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Because
he's,
they're true loves and he just wants to keep her.
he's a little bit of a conformist. What can we say?
He's a follower.
Yes, he is. So, Emma, Henry, David, and Mary Margaret, or was Henry there?
Yeah, Henry
Yeah,
was there.
they go to Regina's office.
Right.
And realize that someone has stolen the magic beans. It was not Regina because someone used the disarming code on the alarm, which she wouldn't have had to do. And we need to know who it is now. Emma still thinks it's Tamara.
I still think it's tomorrow.
Well, we know it's Tamara. Good prediction, Marisa.
At that point,
No spoilers, everybody. No
At
spoilers.
that point,
She's trying
I
not
thought
to
it was
spoil the end of the after show. So,
Oh, that's good.
we get a shot of Tamara and Gregory. They have the beans and this little gemstone, which we learn later in the episode is the trigger to blow up all of Storybrooke and kill everyone and everything inside.
To return it, basically, to return it to the forest that it was before the
Yeah.
curse came.
It's like a reset button.
Yep. Just let the forest overgrow once again.
Ridiculous.
And
Dangerous.
Yeah.
And an expensive prop, by the way. That little black crystal, it's a pricey prop.
Really?
Oh yeah, yeah.
How much was it?
It was a real gemstone.
It was real.
Yeah, guys, come on, it's a popular show.
Did
you
someone
know?
steal that too?
No, well, I'm sure somebody's got it by now.
Yeah.
Somebody's sporting that. Hey, what's up? Once upon a time, I stole something from the set. Liberace.
So, Tamara and Gregory, they have the beans, they have this gemstone, and Gregory seemed a little jealous of Tamara's relationship with
Well, what do you
Neil.
expect? I mean, come on.
He's making her do this. How can he get jealous about
How
it?
do you know he's making her do it?
No, he's not making her do it.
That's
She's
all
doing it on her
hearsay. You have no evidence that he's making her do anything. Yeah, exactly.
I
Thank you very
disagree with
much.
that. I think
Thank
she's
you.
doing it all on her own self. She has her
I-
own thing. She's not like, okay, I'm going to do this for you. She's doing it because she has her own selfish obsession with magic herself.
She has her own agenda.
Yeah.
We obviously work together.
Yes.
Now, there even on set there was discussion between Sonequa and I about who is the superior in the relationship. You know
Who
what
wears
I mean?
pants?
Yeah.
Well, we know who wears the pants. I mean, look at her. She kicks some ass. Never question a black woman.
So true.
But as far as professionally, what we decided as actors, I don't know if in the future things will come out that beg to differ, but that we are equals, that we are a team, and we're working together.
Yeah.
I don't give her orders, and she doesn't give me orders. We both have a mission, and we are taking orders from someone else.
And who is we and they that they're
home
taking
office.
orders from?
Well,
When are we going to find that out?
Well, in this episode, Greg tells Regina, "You think that there's only two of us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're everywhere. And if you think that this is the first time that magic has crossed over, then you're wrong.
That was a huge reveal in this episode.
Basically, think of it this way. Throughout the history of time, we have had these horrible events where things have happened and numerous people have died in very short spans of time, like the plague.
So they blamed that on magic.
Oh.
I see where we're going there.
I see where you're going.
This organization, whatever organization, has been around for a long time. This is not the first time magic has crossed over.
So you guys are like the Men in Black of magic, not aliens.
Gray.
Yeah.
I look good in gray. I'm a little pale for black. It washes me out like a nice earthy gray.
Earthy gray.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
That works.
Yeah, it's like the secret people who know what's happening and trying to keep the rest of the world from finding out about it.
Well, because all magic comes with a price.
But the question is, how did they find Storybrooke again?
Right.
Well, Owen, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's this one thing that I've always thought of too. And again, I'm in the dark with you guys.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on until I read the next episode. And so this is all
you don't know anything about the next season. You don't know.
I don't know anything about the next season.
Yeah.
I know what happens next Sunday.
Okay.
Because they gave that to me. But I know nothing about
Well, we want to know that. I know you
anything
can't
else.
tell.
I'm going to ruin it for you guys. It's good.
Okay.
But I don't know. I don't know how long this organization has been around, but I know, like what it said in this episode, there's an organization, there's a group. I don't know who they're working for. I don't even know if the person that runs this organization is human. I don't even know if they're from this world.
Yeah.
They definitely don't like magic, though. And is that because they find it a threat to them, or is it because they find a threat to their ultimatum?
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, Owen is the one that saw Storybrooke, that saw the curse occur and left. And then when that happened, what I remember hearing from that episode was Owen's dad says to him, "Go find your uncle."
Yeah, that's right.
So is the uncle?
Your uncle will help you. So I'm thinking something there's probably a tie in there.
Yeah.
I've learned that they don't just throw out lines for no reason.
Do you
Each
think-
line is pretty calculated on this show.
Do you think that Owen's dad maybe knew something about magic before, and that's why he chose to go camping there?
It could be either way.
Okay.
Could be either way.
Well,
I'm interested to see what happened to Owen between
Yeah.
that camping trip and when he came back. I'm interested to see him and Tamara meeting,
yeah.
how their paths crossed.
How they went
Backstory,
through training
please.
together.
Right. I mean, it'll just be fun to have him put like a wig on me. Be nice, like young me up a little bit, you know? Give me some hair back. I'll be stoked.
Or maybe they'll film in like 10 years and they'll just use Benjamin.
Yeah, there's that too. Man,
Or we could
it
just
would be
make
nice to be
Benjamin
young
older.
again. Come on.
So Regina ends up telling Hook that she shouldn't trust these people,
Right.
which he
You have no
seems
idea who
to.
you're working for.
Yeah.
Which,
He's
does
still
she know more about who they're working for? Maybe Regina knows. I don't know.
I don't think she
I
does.
don't think so.
Well,
She's
it
just
was just the
messing
line
with
that
him.
She said, you don't even know who you're working for. Like,
Well, it's true, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't really know who he's working for, literally.
but how does she know that?
What do I have against Hook too? That's what I've always wondered. As soon as I drive into Storybrooke, I run the guy over with my car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure you did.
Okay, that's the first thing I do. Is I run him over with my car, and then he's gone. And then I say, "Have you got the package?" I mean, I tie him up and stick him in the
You
back of a
kidnapped him.
U-Haul.
Yep.
You know, I take his hook hand. You know,
So-
what have I got against this guy?
I just
Are
feel,
you
I don't know.
Peter Pan?
I don't know.
I think Hook is,
I don't know.
he gets used and manipulated left and right, and I kind of feel for him a little bit. A lot of people pull him.
A lot of people would like to feel for him too.
He's like briefly on everybody's side, briefly, except for Rumple, because that's his ultimate goal is to kill him.
He's the lovable thief.
I don't know if he's lovable, but he's pitiful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Agree to disagree. So they shouldn't trust you.
Well, that's where I differ a little bit.
Okay.
Up until tonight, up until this point, I have always completely identified with Greg. Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously not on their side.
Regina's the one that kind of created this monster in Greg. He's not really that bad a guy.
You reap what you sow.
Exactly. One of the things that we were talking about.
Because I haven't done anything to anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't done
You're just
anything.
taking revenge.
You know, there was many opportunities that I could have done horrible things to Henry in the woods. I could have done things. I mean, I was around the town for months.
Yeah.
You know, I could have done horrible things, and I didn't. The only person that I had my eyes on was Regina.
This is kind of off topic, but are you personally a Star Wars fan?
I'm a huge Star Wars fan. A huge Star Wars. The first 3.
Did you buy that ringtone after?
No, I mean, I'm not that big.
So, back to Regina telling them, or Hook not to trust him. We were wondering last week, Tamara, everyone thinks now that she is the ultimate evil, but then there have been people who have been disagreeing, saying we just don't know her backstory and what made her that way.
Right.
And we feel for Gregory because we know his backstory and what made him that way.
Right.
So.
Yeah, Regina's. Tamara's pretty bad.
You think she's bad?
Well, I mean, just look at what she just did.
Yeah.
There's no reason why she had shot him in the gut. She didn't have to do that. And she was about to shoot him in the head.
Yeah.
And another reason why people would want to think Tamara's evil is because Cora is gone. She was the evil person at that time. Now that Cora's gone, we need another person to blame evil on. Not necessarily Regina, but Tamara is this mysterious, shady woman. Let's blame her.
Yeah.
She does some pretty intense things to get her point across, that woman.
She does, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people has she killed so far? She got Pinocchio.
Yeah.
She got the devil
dragon.
guy, the dragon dude.
She almost killed Neil.
She almost killed Neil.
I don't
Only
like
3?
her.
Oh, she's not that bad. Just 3.
3. Once you hit 4,
Well,
that's
3
when
that
you've
we've
gone
That's
over
seen.
too much.
Yeah.
She hasn't
That's
done
like
a
Jodi
genocide.
Arias. Whoa, what's up?
So Gregory is hooking up Regina to this machine that tortures her, electrocutes her. Is it just a?
Is it sucking away her magic?
Yeah.
No, if you remember the last episode, one previous to this, the bracelet that she had.
That sucked away her magic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it counteracted it. It basically it's sort of like a magnet when they're opposite powers. It canceled it out.
Yeah.
It created a magic vacuum, so to say. That was just painful.
Yeah, because the bracelet amulet thing didn't really strip Regina of her powers, it just prohibited it.
Right. It didn't take anything from her. I'm not interested in taking her magic. I just want the magic to stop.
Okay. So Emma, who thinks that Tamara is the one behind all of this, goes to Tamara, Neil's place. Neil thinks she's absolutely crazy for thinking that Tamara is a bad person. And Emma says that Tamara isn't running in the woods because there's sand in your place. Let's go to the beach and see what she's doing there. They end up going, and Tamara jogs on by. How did she know?
Wasn't there a window that they saw them together?
There was a bug.
Something like
I think there's a bug.
Yeah.
I think
there
there was
was a
like
bug.
some
very
supernatural low
smart.
jack on
Yeah,
them.
there was a bug.
Low jack. I like
Are you
that.
saying that for sure? You can tell us that?
Yeah, there was a bug.
What kind of bug?
not like a buzzy bug.
Okay.
Like
Just
I thought you were like trying to allude to something like Jiminy Cricket or something like that.
I heard you say that when she came up on the beach. It was like pretty smart. And well, that's also, I think, I could be screwing up next week's episode, but I'm pretty sure it was in that in the episode we just saw where I said, well, good thing you let me bug their office then.
Oh.
Or good thing you let me bug your room. Because one of the reasons why Tamara and Greg were sort of at each other a little bit in this episode was because I wanted to bug their room. And she was saying, why? Don't you trust me?
Yeah.
It's not about that. It's not about trusting you. I already know what's going on between the two of you. I want to hear
What
when you're
Neil
gone.
has to say, yeah.
Right.
What's going on?
So I bugged the room. We bugged the room.
And later on, we saw that they had video cameras and surveillance in their whole little setup. So I'm sure they knew what was happening around them.
Yeah. It's pretty easy when you bring 2012 technology to a place that has 1982 technology. It's like one stop at Radio Shack and you're miles ahead of those guys.
Yep.
That's true. That's true.
And they've never been introduced to any of it. Very bizarre. So, Rumpel creates a little spell.
It's a pretty necklace.
Well, yeah.
It's not bad,
He does that too.
Hey, it's not so dark.
And then I think we got a commercial about a necklace of like, get your wife this necklace from some jewelry store. And it was this measly little necklace in comparison to what Rumpel just created. Like, clearly, homeboy, you don't love your wife that much. Rumpel really loves Lacey.
Yeah.
Belle.
Well, he did just magically
Just
come up with
conjured
it.
it, yeah.
It wasn't a percentage of his annual paycheck or anything. You know?
So the other spell that Rumpel does tonight is he has one of Regina's tears, and he says that if he can get a tear from her, she can see everything that Regina sees and feel everything that Regina feels in order to find out where Regina went.
Too bad they didn't have that spell before the sheriff died, huh?
Gotta bring that up again. We're all
Imagine if she could see and feel all of that, huh, girls?
Rest in peace, Graham.
Sorry, go ahead, sorry.
Bringing back bad memories.
We're still getting over that.
But with that spell, I think you said it when we were watching it that it reminded you of
Alice in Wonderland. Yep.
The tears and
the tears and the spells and everything that goes along with it.
Sorry, that makes me think, if Snow White can see and feel, can she also hear things that Regina's hearing too? It's kind of enhancing those senses.
I mean, she doesn't really remember any of it, so
See and feel.
kind of pointless.
I think see and feel.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why she couldn't see a lot of what was going on was because of the amount of pain.
Yeah.
she was in.
Yeah, you know, and I don't think that Regina was calculating much of it herself.
Yeah. So Snow uses this.
Right.
And it
She
takes
sees
a second
can
to
of
kick
sardines.
in. Yes.
Is that what it is? She sees a can of sardines?
I started cracking up. She smells sardines.
Oh, she does? I missed that part.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good.
I was like,
So she does smell something. Well, it's connected in the sinus cavities.
Yeah.
You know, like when you draw, you can taste your tears in your nasal passageway sometimes.
It's true.
what
I
an
the only one
awful
that does
smell
that?
to remember, though.
Yeah, can of sardines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I smell sardines.
But that led her to the cannery, so they knew that Regina was there.
Good clue. Good clue. So they show up there, save Regina.
Yep.
Gregory escapes, and I love the line where Regina says to Snow, "You saved me," because that's exactly what young Snow said to Regina way back when they first met.
So maybe there is hope for this
I
family.
like it when they bond. Makes me happy.
Yeah, but it's immediately ruined by her saying when she says you saved me, they said, well, we're not going to leave you. 2 seconds later, they wish they would have let the can I say bitch on this show?
Yeah, I can say it.
Let the bitch die, because then they find out about the diamond, and she was gonna kill everybody and steal the little kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so it's right back where they started. That's what I like about this show.
And she's like, it's all
like,
because
oh,
you were
happy,
gonna.
happy kid. No, not so much. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
She said it was all because they were gonna alienate her. I'm like, so you want to kill everyone because they didn't want to include you in the family because you're an awful person.
Yeah, and she also said that, what'd she say? Oh, that they were gonna leave her behind when they used the beans. And I was like, well, if you let them finish talking, you would have heard that they were gonna take you with them. You were just gonna have to spend the rest of your life in Rumple's cell.
I mean, what's up with all this?
They weren't gonna leave you behind and let you die. They were gonna let you rot in a cell.
All this lack of communication. If they ever sat down and had a powwow, look, we have these magic beans. This is what we want to do to you.
That's why Jiminy Cricket.
I say it every week. They need a
Somebody
session
needs
with
an
Dr. Hopper.
intervention.
Exactly.
That's right.
You get this family back on track.
So right before they save Regina, Gregory elicits some information from her that was not so nice for him to hear.
He'd be an orphan.
Yes.
Yep.
She killed his father.
She sure
and
did.
buried him in the woods.
She sure did. Right where they went camping together.
What
That's
an awful.
That is pretty bad.
mean
That's
tough.
lady.
That's cold.
I didn't think I would see the skeleton in the vest, but I did.
Part of me doesn't believe it.
Yeah.
Because it's a little out of.
Why would she
Regina's-
say it though?
to get to him? Because if he's
Why-
gonna kill her anyway, why not just?
Okay,
give
so
him
what?
the
like
She
it
she
was
just in case this little kid comes
Yeah.
back, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plant a skull and a vest in the woods so that when he comes back, I can watch his face say, "I killed your dad," and then tell him to go look where I buried a fake vest and wood. She killed my dad.
Maybe she was hoping that the
She killed my
local
dad.
police would find the body, think that it was him, case no one came looking for him anymore. But she really
What local
had
police?
sent him off to like.
The cops don't do
Emma?
anything until he talks
no,
to
that
the
would
the
spark
heart.
an investigation.
Well, they would see that he's dead.
There is no local police.
Yeah.
It's just Emma.
Yeah,
That's
I
it.
know. I still don't believe that Regina killed your father
Why not?
because there's just something about the way she said it and the look
Yeah.
in her eye that did not make me believe it.
He like attacked her and then she killed him.
Oh, come
or something
on.
like that.
Oh, come on.
I don't know.
I think
maybe
that's
She killed my
maybe
dad.
someone else.
Yeah.
The woman, you're questioning
someone
whether or
else
not the
killed
woman
him.
would kill this guy after, like an episode before, she killed a whole village of innocent people.
This is
Capable. It
Yeah.
really felt like a wild goose chase. I thought Regina just said that just so they can stop torturing her.
Because why hold out that long of not telling you anything about your father? Why not to just tell you, oh yeah, I killed him?
But yeah, I thought that she was like, oh, I'm about to die anyway, so I want to see him in agony. I want to be vindictive and show
Right.
him. That's what I think. It
Right.
was.
And how would she know that this was all going to occur and preemptively plant a skull and the vest? You know, she finally told Owen the truth.
Not
I
all
killed
of our
your dad.
predictions are
Yeah.
correct. So
I killed your dad. My dad's dead.
You're an orphan.
Papa's dead. I don't know how long it took to kill my dad. He might have been in Storybrooke
for a while.
for a while.
It looks like he's been dead for a while though too.
He's been dead for a bit, but that happens quick. Shallow grave, man. That happens pretty quick.
I would say at least 2 years.
This got morbid real fast. Google it.
Yeah.
How long does it take for the flesh to rot off of a skull?
And he wasn't in a coffin, so that would
Yeah.
expedite it a little bit too. So worms could get to you a lot faster.
There you go.
Just the
So
body.
That's true.
Why do I know that? I don't know.
Take me to these shallow graves.
yeah.
They say you're a new host on the show. Where are the old hosts?
Well, the heart, like, I believe the body starts decomposing after like 10 days or something like that.
I think it starts decomposing immediately.
Yeah, a little bit.
It just yeah. And then
Dad's dead.
yeah.
Okay, Dad's dead.
End of
Yeah,
story.
he's pretty dead.
So Gregory and Tamara escape. Tamara goes after Neil and Emma and almost kills Neil in
Yeah,
the
well,
process.
shoots him in the gut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoots him in the gut, throws out a magic bean, hoping that they would go down. Emma almost drops. Neil saves her, and then they both fall.
I think he's dead.
He
I think he's dead.
say
Stop
that.
killing everybody.
I think he's. I didn't do anything. I was out looking for my dad. Don't blame me. I didn't do anything.
It's your partner.
I think he's dead.
No, I don't think
I
he's
really
dead.
hope he's not.
I don't think he's dead.
I think-
I think we just won't see him for like another season.
I think he's dead.
I like how Neil.
I'm not talking to you anymore. You're getting me upset.
I like how Neil's speech to Emma was pretty much the antithesis of him talking to Rumple when Rumple let him go.
Yeah, in the
'Cause
exact
with
same manner.
Rumple was, he was like, no, come with me, and Rumple decided not to. And then here, when he's talking to Emma, he's like, no, let me go.
Yeah.
Because you can't leave Henry alone.
Yeah.
All I keep thinking about too is Rumple's really racking up on the enemies lately.
Yeah.
Which
he's
one
on a
is the
roll.
boy? Which one is
That's
the
what
one
we've
that's
been
gonna kill
discussing,
him?
yeah.
You know?
He thinks it's Henry.
He's racking up on a lot of little boys that hate him.
That sounds creepy.
What's up?
So,
How about, was I the only one who cried a little bit?
Oh,
when
yeah.
they dropped
They
him?
said,
were
"I
like,
love
I
you."
love you. I love you too. And then he lets go, and I was like, no.
That was really good.
we knew
really
that was
good.
going to happen.
It's so sad he has to die.
No.
Yeah, it's Disney. That
They
stuff's
need to-
sad.
Reunited.
No, he does. He's dead.
I liked how in these past episodes that they're always dropping lines like, no, I'm not in love with Neil, I'm not in love with Emma,
Yeah.
and yet they are.
They're lying to themselves. And then even before Neil found out that Tamara was bad, he said to Emma, he's like, I regret everything that I ever did to you. I will never forgive myself. I wanted to go to jail for you.
And that's when you knew.
We
that
knew
it
he
was
loved
coming.
her.
It was coming. All that
coming.
romance.
And you don't
talk.
say those lines if you're not in love. If you say them out loud, it's kind of like convincing yourself that you're not in love.
Yeah.
Clearly you are.
Yeah.
Clearly.
So Emma comes home to everyone in the house and tells them that Tamara sent Neil away and killed him.
Yep.
He's gone.
Yep.
Poor Henry.
And Regina tells them that we have the diamond.
The trigger
Yep.
Trigger.
to reset and destroy all of Storybrooke and the people in it.
The bad news just got worse.
Yes.
What up, yo?
You would think that this is a big enough cliffhanger for the end of the season.
It's so much bigger, I can't even begin to tell you.
Oh my gosh.
That was nothing but the smallest little appetizer of what's to come next week. This was a great episode. I loved this episode.
I'm
This
so
was
nervous.
really
Yeah.
I'm really
good. Next
nervous.
week, next week is solid. Solid. It doesn't stop. Just to give you an idea of
Yeah.
next week,
You want to tell us so bad, don't you?
just to give you an idea, the entire time that we were shooting it, it was all about pace.
Oh.
Very
Keep
fast.
the pace going.
Oh my goodness.
It does not stop.
Oh,
So-
man.
The whole episode just keeps going. The
Have you
whole
watched
time.
it?
No,
Or no?
no.
Okay.
But that was our.
You just know.
The whole thing was about. There's a clock ticking.
A clock?
No, that's a figure of speech. Figure of speech.
The clock in Storybrooke?
Yeah, the tower, the one that's broken.
We also see that the time on the clock is 8:15,
Yep.
just like Peter Pan story.
Yep.
That 8:15.
But I like how they
What
established
is 8:15? What's the significance behind
8:15 has been the clock.
Right, I know,
been
but
there,
there's
yeah.
got to be something beyond it with these guys.
It's also Flight
figure it out.
815 from Lost. The Oceanic
That's it. That's
815,
it.
yeah.
Because the other thing I was looking into earlier this week was, Greg Mendell is.
The
Owen.
biologist or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a fake name that he made up. His real name is Owen.
Flynn?
Yeah,
Flynn.
Owen Flynn. Flynn is the last name of the two Tron characters. You know, so it's like a little.
Robots?
It's just like this rad little. Like it's just they always do that. They have these rad little
Sci-fi?
tie-ons that make
Oh
you
my
go
gosh.
crazy. That to me is the brilliance behind this show.
Yeah.
Is they throw out these little tasty nuggets. You know, I mean, they named my character Greg Mendell 7 episodes before you knew I had anything to do with science at all.
Yeah.
And they've got me with Hook, and there's something's going on, and
What does
it's
the
all
name
planned
Dr.
out.
Whale mean then?
That was
Well,
the
Will was
I mean-
the name of the author.
director
okay.
of
Yeah,
the
director,
first
that's right.
Frankenstein
Okay.
movie.
Director. That's right.
That's a stretch.
Yeah, I was like Shelley.
That one's
is
kind
the
of a
one
stretch.
that-
just smart, sneaky.
Yeah.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Yeah.
They're really good about
It's
that
all
stuff.
calculated.
So next week is the season finale.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It looks intense. The
It's a
little
great
snippet
episode.
we got.
it's a really good episode.
Yeah.
But I liked how they portrayed Neverland in tonight's episode. It's very dark. It's at night, and it's a very darker version of what we're used to, bright and happy during the day. So I'd like to see where they're going to go with that next
And we
week.
thought the Grimm stories were dark.
Yeah.
Once upon a time,
Just got
pretty dark.
Yeah.
Well, Peter Pan was a dark story.
Yeah.
Remember the book, you know, like we were talking about before. All the kids are crying. They don't have parents. They don't have a mother. All they want is to be tucked in and read at night. You know, it's a pretty haunting little story about kids taken away from their parents and tracked by a
Yeah,
pirate
it's
that
pretty
wants to stick
scary.
them below deck.
Lost Boys were boys that.
Scary stuff.
Yeah.
Just the way you phrased it was just.
But the Lost Boys are, they're lost orphans because they fell out of their prams.
Why does
Not necessarily taken away, they fell out of their prams and became Lost Boys.
Okay, so I understand Hook and Peter Pan or the Shadow or whoever are feuding. Why does Hook have something against the Lost Boys?
Hook doesn't have. Oh no, he. Why does Hook have something against the
Yeah.
Lost Boys? Well, they're always going after Hook,
Yeah.
aren't they? That's like a little feud battle
I
that
don't
goes on in
understand that.
Neverland.
Are we gonna see any mermaids or tiger
I would
lily?
imagine so.
Huh?
I would imagine so. Who knows we haven't already?
Right.
Right.
What?
Who knows?
Who's a mermaid?
Maybe Greg is. Maybe he's a merman.
Merman!
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Maybe we'll see that next
Maybe
week
that's why
because-
she smelled sardines.
It's true.
All of them turn into people.
That's right. It's me. Greg smells like a sardine. Because he's a merman.
Oh man.
People are gonna think you're not joking.
That's good.
Yeah?
Good. It's fine.
Surprise 'em.
As long as I don't tell them anything real, they can think anything they want. That's one of the other fun things about this show is I can make up little fun things and drop tidbits
People
and make
go
people
nuts.
go insane, and I don't lose my job. As long as I don't tell them the truth. I can tell them a very
them something.
well fabricated lie.
Yeah. I'm trying to ask you certain questions in multiple ways to maybe like elicit a response, but you're very good.
Well, see, that's also the other thing. It's sort of like there's a whole thing with Goodfellas, sort of. They always say, "Don't ask me about my business,"
Yeah.
you know, because they don't want to have to tell their family what
Yeah.
they really do, because they could get hurt that way. They never have to lie for
And
them
they
because they
could
never know.
They could be on trial and
Right.
have them.
Right. They never have to-
That's
so-
mostly why.
That's what the brothers do with us. They never tell the cast what is going on.
The brothers.
The two, Adam and Eddie. You
Oh,
know?
gotcha.
Yeah, yeah. They
Yeah.
never tell us what's going on at all.
It's crazy.
Smart.
Smart that way.
But they know everything.
They know everything.
I feel like they have like several seasons planned out. They know
Yes,
the
they
ending.
do. Yes,
Just
they
like
do.
Lost.
Yes, they do. They know exactly
Ridiculous.
how many episodes I'll be in next season.
So you
They
will be
do.
around next season.
I don't know, maybe, but if I am, hey, that's enough out of you.
So, any final thoughts on tonight's episode or next week's? We'll do predictions in a minute.
Can't wait.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. So, before we do predictions, anything that you want to plug?
Do I want to plug? Yeah, I got a couple movies that I did right before I went and shot the half of this season. One of them's over. We were at South by Southwest and we won an audience award out there, which is rad. It's called Cheap Thrills. Do you know David Koechner? Do you know who that is? He was in Anchorman. Yeah.
Our engineer Steven does.
Yeah. And he was-
Whammy.
Yeah, whammy. He was on The Office. Great, amazing comedian. And Sarah Paxton, beautiful actress. And it's a very, 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 very dark comedy almost a horror movie comedy, and it's very well made, and so that's been doing the festival circuit. And I don't know if anybody has any questions, they can always tweet me. I'm at Turbo ADHD. Yeah.
Excellent.
And why is that your Twitter handle?
Because somebody else already has my name, and like Ethan Embry and my birthday, and then like Ethan Embry online. They've already got. So sometimes I jump on, and then once I get too many followers, I'll change my handle. I'll delete
heard
my
that
account.
you were gonna change your handle to like, what was it?
Donkey pubes.
Yes.
And then I just start all over, you know? And then I can do and say anything I want, and nobody ever says.
Hey, the Oncers will find you though.
Yeah, they'll find me. They
Yeah.
found me. They found me pretty quick. But then I'll just delete my account and then start over again.
Nope.
Bizarre. So, news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Yes.
Okay, I don't have much because I didn't want to spoil anything for the finale for myself, so so no one else gets spoilers either. But TV Guide had an interview talking to the whole cast about the season finale while they were shooting it, and someone asked what the coolest thing about the season finale was, and Lana Paria's response was that she loves that there's a possibility for Snow and Regina to have a relationship because they are all a family. So I thought that was an interesting little tidbit there. And Ginny Goodwin said, there's something that happens in the finale that breaks a pattern, and I look forward to seeing how that changes the people involved. So it's very cryptic answers that we're getting about the finale, but it could lead to something really big happening. And when I hear break the pattern, I know I've been saying this a lot this season, but what happens when True Love's kiss doesn't work anymore, that would be breaking a pattern. So I don't know. We'll see. And then this home office that we
Maybe
find
the
out.
prince turns into the frog.
Yeah. He turns back into the frog.
That's what I'm saying.
Bring in Princess Tiona.
That would change a pattern. Josh gets frogged.
That would be awesome. And then
They better not kiss again.
End up with warts. Entertainment Weekly had the spoiler room, and someone asked if we're going to find out about this home office that Greg and Tamara work for.
It's the easy button.
Easy button.
That was great.
Staples. It's not that big of a deal. Tamara and I work at Staples. We're in the
get all your
inkjet toner section.
All your office goods.
That's it. Easy button.
Edward Kitsis says that when you find out, and we will find out this season who it is, but he says when you find out who the home office is, you will find out what they want, but you won't know the whys. So that will be something saved for season 3, which has not been officially announced that it's been renewed for season 3 yet by ABC. Get on that, guys.
We'll know that next week,
Yeah.
I believe, is when the upfronts are in New
I'm
York City.
gonna predict that it is coming
It's
back.
gonna come back. It just
Let's just say that.
There's
Yeah.
too many questions that have to be answered.
And you guys know
Well,
about that spinoff
ABC
that they're
doesn't care
doing
about
yeah,
that.
the Wonderland
right?
spinoff.
Yeah, they're doing a spinoff.
We'll be back.
I made a little thing for news and gossip.
Okay.
Since we had future and past, I decided to do one of those face morphs.
Oh god.
Oh, nice. What do you got? Can you put it up on the prompter? Oh, yes. Yes. What's up? Wow, that's pretty crazy.
That's so crazy. So you
What's up
just
with my hair?
merged
It's
both
like,
of them?
It's like him, me, and Gorbachev. And I have chiclet
This is
teeth.
awesome.
Could you not have used a picture without a beard of me? I mean, that just made it creepy, man.
If you guys are listening, you need to go over to AfterBuzzTV.com. We will have this picture up online for you to
That's
see.
pretty
Perfect.
good.
And I know how much
YouTube.
Kathy loves memes, so I made
Another one. Here we go.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Somebody made a little meme about the
waterboarding.
Yeah, the waterboarding scene from Princess Bride. Yeah. What's the line that the guy says when he's doing it to her? I don't know.
I
Goodness.
forget.
Yeah.
But I saw
Saves me.
I
that.
could have made that funny, but I didn't have enough.
You dropped the ball on that one. I'm kind of
did.
disappointed.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Tweet out the meme
Yep.
so people can see it. So, predictions for next week
And now,
and the future.
Am I allowed to predict anything?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right.
We would love
I'll
that.
go last. I gotta think about it.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if any of you watched Charmed, the show Charmed, because this is like what I'm referencing to, but there is an episode in Charmed where there are people called the cleaners. They clean up magic and get rid of it in a way, not necessarily get rid of magic, but clean up messes that magic caused. So I'm kind of thinking these so-called home office people might be like cleaner kind of type
Like the
people.
Harvey Keitel in Pulp Fiction of magic?
Yeah.
Good reference.
Like that, exactly.
Like that guy.
So just people like not necessarily getting rid of magic, but just cleaning it up. Even though they do say
I think they wanna
want
get rid
to
of it.
cleanse magic, but
Yeah, so it's
somewhere along those
unholy.
lines.
We know that nothing good comes from magic, so
It all comes
They
with
keep
price.
hammering that home.
yeah.
They keep hammering that home. Nothing good
The moral
ever
of the
comes
story.
from
Maybe the
magic.
pattern that's broken is that something good comes from magic.
Oh, yakasha. Hey, maybe somebody
That
wears
is a
plaids
good
with stripes
prediction.
too. Who knows?
Or white before Labor Day. Or after Labor Day. What is it? Yeah.
No white after Labor.
No way after Labor Day.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I feel like it's not necessarily that nothing comes good from magic, but their magic always comes with a price is the issue. But I predict that Rumpel is falling down a pit real fast because
A pit? Like a magic
Like a-
bean pit?
Sure, why not? No, he's just like he's creating his own downfall by becoming this evil person, and then Belle's gonna realize who she really is and be like, "Crap, what did I do?" And I do not think that Bae is dead. I
No.
do not.
Yeah.
think
You don't think he's dead, huh?
No.
He's not dead. I'm gonna, since you guys covered that, I'm gonna predict something a little bit off of that topic. Mulan and Aurora. We reported a couple months ago that they were back up there shooting some stuff. So
Yeah.
I
Oh,
still
yeah,
think
where
that
have
we're
they
gonna.
been?
We still have to see what's going on with them.
Yeah.
And Regina, you know, she's trying to.
Philip. Right?
Yeah, and Philip, she's trying to contain this magic portal. Storybrooke is going to be gone, is what I predict. They're
Yeah.
they're going to have to leave, so they're all going to have to go somewhere else. So where do they end up? I think it's too obvious if they all end up in Neverland. So I don't know where
How
they're
many
going to end
beans
up.
were there?
There were a lot of beans.
There was
A lot of
like
beans.
there was like.
What was the
3
song you
in
were
the
singing
pod.
earlier about beans?
Beans, musical fruit. The more you eat, the more you.
Once upon a time.
Oh, that fan.
So I predict that they're gonna have to leave Storybrooke, and where will they end up? I
Interesting.
don't quite know. Maybe they'll end up under the sea, and that's how we'll get Little Mermaid next season.
Yeah, what's up?
Goodness, that'd
Yeah.
be awesome.
I want to be the dad with the lobster claws.
Sebastian.
So,
Sebastian.
I
Yeah.
predict mermaids next episode.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Go to
In
Mermaid
Neverland.
Lagoon.
Maybe some Tiger Lily, but could Gregory be Peter Pan and Tamara be Tiger Lily?
I don't know, but I've been thinking about that for a long
We've
time.
said very
Yeah.
at the very induction of Tamara, we said could she be Tiger Lily?
Yep.
Yep.
But that's when we thought that Neil was
Yep.
yeah.
Was Peter
Yeah,
Pan.
and she also says, because we haven't seen her magical alter ego, but Tamara also said that I'm nowhere near magic, or like I'm not magical at all.
Here's the funny
So-
thing too is like all of this wondering who Tamara and Greg are. Who's Henry? Because just a couple episodes ago, didn't he have some magic of his own? Remember at the
Yeah.
well?
crazy.
So who's that kid?
Yeah.
He has the dreams power too, maybe. So.
Yeah. It's intense. I don't even
There's
know
a lot of
where it's gonna
surprises
go.
coming
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
So
I think they're from North Korea. You know, I think that's
No
why
one can get out of
Tamara was
there.
in China.
No one's
You
allowed
know?
out.
yeah, no one can get out of
Yeah,
there.
and that's why they got Mulan coming back. You know,
What we do know is that there is magic in, it seems like, every single world. We thought that Earth was void of magic, but it is not. It's everywhere. It's gonna be crazy.
I kind of want to see Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
You know, if we're-
Tinkerbell?
I know. I like Tinkerbell too. I was like, I like that.
I didn't think she flies.
If we go to Neverland and see Peter
Beans.
Pan, you gotta see Tinkerbell too.
So, if people want to continue this conversation on Twitter, where can they find you?
You can follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at Serafini TV.
You can find me on Facebook and Twitter, KAORIOUS.
I'm on Twitter and Instagram at TweetT22.
I'm on Twitter at Cathy Kelley. And thank you, Ethan,
Thank you,
for
ladies.
joining us today.
This was so much fun.
Turbo ADHD until you delete it.
Or change it.
I'm gonna look for donkey pubes.
But thank you so much.
Somebody already took donkey pubes.
Tried.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you guys for having me. I had a great time.
You're welcome back anytime.
Thank you very much. Highly appreciate it.
So make sure to tune in for Once Upon a Time next week and our season finale
It'll be
after
pretty great.
show.
Yep.
Intense.
Epic.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.